It's really just making sure he's got a great quality of life and he's happy and healthy there.
Oh, comfort. That's both emotional and physical.
Yeah.
Comfort, companionship, empathy, understanding, all the things that are necessary.
Of course, I want them to be healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy, that's the first, and also safe.
Maintain their independence, and so maybe looking at strategies that would help them stay independent, maybe keep living independently, like in their own home as long as they can. But it depends on their personal goals. Like sometimes it's about finding meaning in their day, because people are finding themselves like really bored and or lonely, and so helping them kind of
make sure they're as comfortable as possible. A feeling that they're still needed and important.
Basically emotional support, calling them all the time, checking in with them, how they are doing, how their health is.
Just like helping him with mobility and things like that.
Making sure that people have an eye on him, because he is okay to get around on his own, but it's also sort of that mentality that you mentally think you're a lot younger than your body is telling you to. So just making sure that he's not going to fall over and break his hip, knock on wood, not that it's ever happened before.
Probably personal hygiene, and there is a certain level of comfort that and comfortableness that comes with that.
So she's 93 years old, but she's very able to move around by herself. We don't have too much difficulties. The one thing, she's older, right? So she may have a problem walking around a lot. So I try to hold her when she walks. For example, we go to the shopping mall. I try to be her cane.
Getting around the house in order to get the things we need. So meals, for example.
My grandmother would have, she can no longer walk, so it would be helping physically to get in and out of, you know, if it's a doctor's office or her home or her bed, or, you know, like she needs to be in a facility that can care for her. And if it's something that we can't provide, if it's driving her somewhere, making sure that it's wheelchair accessible to get into the building, things of that nature.
It's very difficult. She's an elderly woman. She's had Parkinson's for a number of years now, and she can't hold a book. She can't obviously write. She has difficulty feeding herself. She needs help, assistance with all of that.
His jaw will shake, or his hand's always going. If he's holding a plate, you can tell that it's moving because his hand is it's constantly going back and forth. He was at my uncle's house and in the shower just to make sure that he wasn't going to fall, because he's a bit shakier. My uncle was in there with him, and that was something that he wasn't too fond about.
Yeah, my mom was having trouble with mobility, and her house wasn't really set up for people who are struggling with mobility, right? So, but there's a lot of mobility aids out there that you can do. So we went out quickly and tried to get as many mobility aids as we could. So things like a walker, things like a cane, things like a bar to help you get in and out of bed. Bars are in the bathroom, you know, to help people get in and out of the shower and stuff like that.
So he went through a stage a couple of months ago where he just kept falling out of bed. So we bought a chair rail, not chair, like a bed rail, so that he can't physically fall out of bed, and so he just, you know, puts the thing down when he needs to leave it. It provides a little level of protection for him. And we also, about a year ago, bought him a walker because he was having mobility issues. So we went out and got one of those for him.
So there's 2 small flights of stairs to go up, and she was just really struggling pulling herself up, so we got it.
I think it's a really smart idea, especially because he's always shaking, grabbing even things from his pocket, whether it's a Kleenex or his keys. It takes him longer, and he's always fiddling with things. So I think it would be a lot easier if he could just sort of put the key in and slide it down, and especially with the light when it's being dark, he would have a lot more ease with that.
That's really interesting. My cousin's husband, who is a middle-aged man, he's in his 50s, his Parkinson is becoming more and more severe, we'll say.
Okay.
Something like that would be great for him.
So if it could sort of like alleviate any of that stuff, like I mentioned before, just like the autonomy of you can still have keys to the place that you own and you can still get in and you don't need someone's help, would be really nice. And then it kind of feels less like you need everyone's help for every little thing, because when you think about it, like opening a door should be sort of like a minor act, not this big struggle that you can't even get into a building.